Welcome back to generating your role-playing game character. This can be used in any role-playing game because simply, regardless of your attributes, regardless of your skills, regardless of your race or your class, you have to have a backstory. The stronger your backstory, the more interesting you are when you get to the table. Key thing to do is to draw a map right off the bat. You can use this as a little bit of a guide. I was just leading a class here and we talked about different environments you might have grown up in. So here's different environments, here's the type of community you might have grown up in, and there are many other ones. These are just ones that we generated. But really important is you have the mother, the father, the brothers, the sister. This is your family. This is your core. When you go into the community, when you go into your nuclear family, you start to look at how it functions, how it dysfunctions, who is the enemy, what is the secret in your community and in your family that's put you into adventure. This is your timeline. You're going to want a back design. You're jumping into play with a bunch of players and friends. When you come to the table as a character, where were you last week? And where were you 6 months ago? And where were you a year ago? And where were you 5 years, 10 years ago? Why adventure? Something has led up to this adventure, and it has to do with your secret, and it has to do with your enemy, and it has to do with your teacher, where you got your skills. Your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, this is just a way to open up your story. This is a way for you to get creative. When you pick any one of these things and you do it intuitively, your mind just starts to create. It starts to create a timeline, it starts to create a story, it starts to create possible histories. It just grabs from your imagination, and anything is possible. So there's no limitations. It's all up to you and how you feel, and you can also change anything. So as you go through the development of the backstory, everything informs everything before and after it. So you've already rolled the dice, so you already have a set attribute. You've already chosen your class. You've already chosen your race, right? Now, how did that come about? It's already in your mind, subconsciously and consciously, and as you just start to pick out what your story is, all the pieces start to fall together, all the dots start to collect. And here's your timeline, and here's kind of a paragraph or more about who you are, where you come from. Here's a paragraph right here. What were you, if you grew up in the snow, and you grew up in the snow in the plains, in the snow in the desert, in the snow near lake and mountains, in the forest? Did you grow up at the beach? Were you in a coastal metropolis? Did you grow up in the beach in a cave? Learning skills from your teacher. What was your background? This is all going to be something that comes out of your creative mind and just goes down on the page. So enjoy the creative process, and see you on the next one, where we're going to talk about skills and feats.